Check one. We're good. We're good.
Yo, check.
Check. We're going to leave this part in.
Please leave this in.
Let's leave it in.
Yes, let's leave it in.
That way we act like we don't know how to do this.
Start the show. The Good Life with DQ. It's Nicole. Welcome to the Good Life.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. Good Life. These boys are crazy.
You are now listening to the Good Life Podcast.
Good Life. What? A Good Life.
Like, isn't this our 90th podcast or something?
I
Feels
don't
like
know,
it.
bro.
No? I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay. Well,
70?
You tell me.
Got 40 minutes.
This is a sequel, technically.
It is. It
Part
is.
two.
This is part 2 of Arson City. I feel like, this is another chance to see these guys perform at the waiting room. It's the Citizens Ball, and you're back with a bang.
And back to back.
Back to back, yeah. So first night, walk us through that lineup.
Yeah, Mark, go ahead.
The first night is The Tale Untold and fuck.
The
Impulsive. I'm just kidding.
The
But yeah,
Impulsive.
our buddy's in the Impulsive. So and us. It's just
Yeah.
short sets for not short sets, but short lineups.
Yeah,
for each
yeah,
show.
just three per each show. So it'll be good. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and here's your spam. Yeah.
Is the thought on only having 3 bands so that way you guys don't have to hit the stage like super late? Is that the plan?
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. Sometimes Patrick always says he's like, we scheduled the show for this date. I'm not going to be on stage tomorrow. Like, so,
Right.
like.
Yeah, I don't want to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't think anybody wants to.
I don't
do
think
that.
anybody wants to do that anymore
But,
either. Like,
yeah, the crowd that we bring, I think everybody likes to get in, hear the show, and then have time to maybe go do something else, even if they want to afterwards, or
Yeah.
just go home.
and go and ice their knees. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all a little bit year older, so the earlier you go on stage, the better.
Yeah,
So we're not going to be waiting around to like 11, are we?
Nope. 10:15 is what I wanted. It's my goal. Maybe
Damn.
even earlier.
Yeah.
What time does the show start?
I think 7:30. Yep.
Doors are at 7:30.
Doors at 7:30.
Doors are 7:30. Show is at 8.
Get there at 6.
We can just plug everything now. etix.com to get the tickets.
Yep.
Meet and greets available.
6:00 p.m.
Yeah, we are doing meet and greets.
Let's talk about
Oh,
the
and-
VIP meet and greet deal.
I guess we're not I guess, but we've got a little acoustic session going to be planned for each night, each meet and greet, and we're going to be doing a different acoustic session each night, just like we're doing a different set each night. So at the meet and greet, it's fun. I like it's personal. We've done it before, and you can hear the people sing along better. They can hear me screw it up. I mean, it's all fun.
It's kind of like a warm up for you, right? To get ready for the show.
It kind of does. Yeah, it does help me loosen them up a little bit because I've been known not to warm up as much as I should. So yeah, it's nice.
It's also kind of cool for people coming from out of town.
Yeah.
Because they can stay the whole weekend and see almost 2 completely different sets, really, right?
Yep.
Yeah, almost. Yeah,
There's about 6 songs that we play both days, but those are like,
bigger
people
ones.
want
Yeah.
those songs
Right.
both days, so we kind of give them.
Or I say the bigger
our
ones.
top
the-
charting songs,
our top-
correct?
Yeah, top
Yes.
charting songs. Yeah.
top.
Do you guys see people come to both shows?
Absolutely. Yep. Sometimes I'd say it's a majority of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going that way this year, but yeah,
The fan base has been loyal as hell. I mean, the entire time, and they come for both because it's always fun. I mean, they get to see people that they might not see except for maybe once or twice a year at our shows. So it's cool. They get together and they party it up.
That really is what it is, man. Like people come and like just hang out with each other at our shows. Like even if they don't like the music, they're just
They
there
love
to
the
see
music.
each other. And it is when some of them see each other only at our shows every year.
I would hope people are coming because they like the music, though.
yeah. It's kind of like I used to go to Pomeroy shows.
I'm saying like
For that one song, right?
Yeah,
The one
pretty much.
song.
right. But they might bring their friends who aren't really huge fans of us, but
Yeah.
they're just there because the atmosphere is fun. So
I was telling Pat before we started, man, that Bad Moon Rising intro you guys did last year was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I hope we get to see that again this year.
We're playing it. We're playing it one show.
Hell yeah.
I don't know which show. I'm not going to say which show it is.
Yeah.
So then you can buy tickets to both.
We're playing it at one of them.
Yeah.
We're going to release it soon. I mean, we've got all this stuff in the bank, all in the hopper, pretty much ready to go. Yeah.
Multiple things we've got recorded, but it's like I said, Mark's been getting really good at I'd say at like production wise, and we've been recording them ourselves recently, and I'm pretty proud of what he's done to make me sound better. And just no, it sounds good, and I can't wait for him to finally get his own stamp of approval on it, because he had my stamp of approval probably a month ago.
Yeah.
But he's just like, it's not there yet. Like, all right, man. Well,
How will you know when it's there?
I've been talking to a lot of like other producers, that have done pretty big records and stuff like that, and I've kind of convinced them to listen to my mixes and to kind of give me some tips and stuff like that. And I just go home and kind of redo it, and it's referencing other great mixes of songs, right, A-B in them and stuff like that. And I've just literally studied for, I don't know, man. I'd say like a week's worth of studying from, I don't know, like 10 p.m. to like 4 a.m. every like night after night after night. And then I get up and go to work, and it's just trying to study how to do this stuff. And,
Are you sick of the song yet?
oh, I've heard it for a billion times, man. I was listening to my truck right now, like the one song I've been working on lately.
And this
so.
is the song that you're gonna be playing live for the first time at Citizens
Nope,
Ball?
we've actually played it a few times.
Okay.
It's called Nightmares Never End.
we've only played it live once. We played it out at only the one
twice.
We played it August 16th. That's it.
Oh, okay.
He's good at that, knowing things. He is. Oliver is really good at dates.
Which one was August 16th?
That was at the
Rockfest.
In this moment. And,
Oh, yeah.
Ice 9 Kills.
Shit, how was that show? Yeah, I haven't talked to you guys since then. How was that?
It was all right. I mean, it was great. I mean, the actual, like, the venue is really nice. I mean, we had some major issues with the sound check, they were late, we were there, and, and it's, I'm not going to talk shit about it, but it's like, when you don't have a kick drum going through the PA until song 4, I mean, you got to get your shit together a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean,
we didn't get a sound check, but like, luckily I'm up there, and I'm not talking trash, but I'm just letting you guys, this is really how it went down.
Yeah.
We're up there, and I'm looking around. We're old school. We don't have in-ear monitors. We don't use them. We don't feel like investing 10 grand into something that, we're not going to use all that often. So we're looking up there, and I'm like, I don't see any monitors, any wedges. How are we going to hear ourselves?
Oh my
So we
God.
didn't have, so finally, but luckily they got me. I was the only person that was able to hear anything. And on the stage, we were really like Tetris'd in there.
2
like
feet.
they had so much stuff, which is it's a huge production, that one side of the stage left they couldn't see the guys on stage right.
Literally, I mean, we're talking from here to the end of this table right here.
2 feet
How
for the
much-
people at home.
How much space we had to move, and Patrick was wedged in between us, so I couldn't even go to the other side of the stage if I wanted to.
But it was fun. But I mean, it was fun. It's just like so we're not bitching or moaning about it, really. I'm just telling you how it was, and it was like it's just one of those times where it's, you sometimes you have cues off the other guy. You got to look him in the eyes, especially when you're kissing. But you just gotta. But we just didn't have it. But it was a great venue. It was a fun time. We had a blast, and and everyone said we didn't suck as bad as we thought we did. But it was good stuff.
We thought people that play shows think they're their own worst critics, just
Right.
like probably anything, right? But
The whole experience was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the crowd, the merch sales, and all that stuff, the regular stuff that goes on with shows. It was just the performance part. It wasn't like, I felt like we did our job. I felt like we were kind of let down, by a place with that much,
Right.
That's an awesome place.
Right.
And you go there and it's like, that's kind of how you got, not disrespected, but like
You
they didn't
expected
give a
more
shit,
out of it when you played there. Yeah,
So,
for
yeah.
sure. I got to tell you, dude, just to go back really quick, the fact you guys don't use in-ears is insane to me. I've seen you guys multiple times, and that's,
This is the first time I've heard that.
Okay,
I've
so
been-
people don't
I'm very
know.
surprised by that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
Yep.
about, the in-ears and stuff. So people don't know. I mean, that's like, it's got the metronome, it's got, the count-ins, it's got everything in there for you to know for the backing tracks and everything.
Well, that's our drummer. He's the only one that has a click track running through his,
Yeah.
and he hears the samples, but the rest of us, no. Yeah.
Right, but I mean, that's nuts, dude. I mean, like, especially at Stained, I would have thought you guys were using them too.
The
I mean,
bigger
that
the
was-
stage, the more I can hear, to be honest.
for sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
the little
super
bit spread
impressive.
out. Yeah, when we're not all tight, hearing everybody's amp going all over.
at the waiting room, it's pretty easy to hear. I mean,
Yeah.
it's they also have worked with us for so long, they pretty much have our stuff pre-saved.
Well,
in
yeah,
there.
Ben Stratton used to be the sound guy there, and he had our stuff saved, and we didn't have to sound check. We just showed up, put our shit on.
Is
played.
Ben from Gage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
dude.
Yep.
He's not working there now, but he.
Okay, that's what I
used to
thought
do
that's what it
They still
was.
have. I don't know if they have presets anymore, but
Gage.
That's just a credit to you guys as like being musicians and stuff to be able to click and get that right and make sure it still sounds good because this is the first I'm hearing about this. I thought everybody had those.
Yeah, but we're just we're just cheap bastards. You know?
Hey, you know what? You figured
But
it out.
also,
though.
like people don't realize like that's just how good a chemistry we've had
Oh, for sure.
from the
yeah.
beginning. I mean, like literally, if somebody's not in this band, it's a different band, really.
We'll be back after a quick break.
The Good Life Podcast with DT and Spicoli, proud to be partnered up with Sharf Painting. Over 16 years experience and family owned for 3. Put trusted hands on your interior and exterior painting needs. With summertime around the corner, have Sharf power wash your deck, stain your fence, and get 10% off. Now's the time to get outdoor ready. Sharf Painting. Reach out to them on Facebook for a bid. Sharf Painting LLC. That's SCHARFF Painting LLC. Or sharfpainting@gmail.com. You can also call 402-637-9342.
yeah, practice has been fantastic lately. We've been practicing without Matt DeBase.
Yeah,
it's been just
He's-
great.
because he's in Italy.
Yeah.
again for the 14th time
love hearing
this
that.
year. But no, it has been great without the 12-year-old piece of shit.
For the 14th time this year.
Oh my God, dude.
We just had
I'm
to-
seriously blown away by that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I know I keep going back to that's nuts, man. I couldn't do it.
Shit, I don't even think it's a big deal.
I don't either. Like, it's just like-
what we've been doing.
Yeah, it's what everybody did when we first started. So I mean, and we're still just doing it. Yeah, nobody used
Jeez,
any
man.
years.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Just keep good time, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you're keeping real good time. I'm seeing you.
That's Danker though. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
pretty automatic. So I mean, when you can't hear anything,
Yeah.
that could
The
stir things
Astro.
up. But, you know.
Not go back to the Astro. It was great. Loved it. Every second
Great
of
show.
it.
At least at the Citizens Ball, you know, it's your own show. You'll have your own space. You'll be able to rip it up. And, you know,
Yeah.
for people that were just seeing you for the very first time, they probably got a little treat. And then now knowing, like, they're following you and seeing what you guys are going to do, now they can get, like, a real full taste. 2 nights.
It's fun. I mean, and at the Citizens Balls, we're always like, we get to be the assholes that, you know, we take up all the stage room and we pocket them. And so, I mean, like what goes around comes around. So I like, we deserve that because I know we've done it because we've got for a local level, we've got such a big production. We take up a lot of space with all of our shit we have up there. So we do it to like our friends that are in bands that are playing in front of us. So we rightfully deserve that.
Do they
here
call
and
you
there.
guys a bunch of hoarders?
Oh,
You
yeah,
got a lot
dude.
going on that stage.
It's kind of a running joke, and they understand. You know, they get it, but we'll take the shit. I mean, because we deserve it. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. Dude.
What
So,
do you haul that in?
Just a big ass trailer.
Big
Yeah.
trailer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big old trailer.
Some of the stuff has to travel in the back of trucks, but
Yeah.
Because how many barrels do you got on there?
Well, just 2 barrels, but we
podium.
we got a brand new podium. It's
It's even
pretty
bigger
dope.
and heavier. Yeah.
But it's we got these like
Staircases
case
that are
things.
like they're probably 8-9 feet tall, like total with handrails and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's 2 of them.
they're probably 8 feet tall because the
Yeah.
trailer's 8 feet tall.
Yeah, that sounds about
We
right.
found them at a dump. Yeah, and they just happened to be mirror images of each other. So I just took them home.
Literally,
sweet.
somebody welded these things together. Like
No, they were. I mean, they were made.
obviously like prefabricated.
Yeah.
but like it's the most perfect find like at a dump.
Yeah, and they fit up perfectly
And
right
you can
to the
walk
left
up
and
there
the
with
right.
your guitar on and be 8 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you have to be the jack of all trades when you're in a local band and you've invested this much time and energy into it? Is it like, because you guys are like the core of like, if you want to make this happen, then you have to find a way and figure it out.
Mark has to do all that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
So you guys, yes, he does.
So Mark does that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mark, tell us about that.
I mean, I don't know. I guess so. It's kind of why I'm doing the recording thing. I mean, I don't know. I guess, yeah. I've just naturally just done that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't think that this band really has like a real leader, but like, it's just, I just go do that shit. You know, like I just get it done. So, you know, and nobody else does anything, right?
Other people do things, but like obviously 95% 95% of things done are him.
So Mark has the biggest talent. Mark has the most talent.
No.
Mark has the most time and resources.
Who has the
and-
most talent?
I don't know if
then?
I have the
Is
most
that- is
time.
that
I just
DeBase?
do it
No.
anyway. Talent wise, I'd say. I mean, I don't know. Danker's a pretty damn good drummer.
DeBase can play drums and guitar.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sing.
Well, yeah.
he can do
That's
check.
his sound check. That's his sound
He
check.
can hook up your pool or your hot tub.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, he's pretty. I'd say he's the best guitar player. I mean, he's fucking sloppy as shit, but like
Yeah.
you know, it's just, it's just
It's a rock show.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be perfect.
He likes to wheedly wee a lot. Mark and I have a pretty good tempo and always have together. So
I just heard hot tub, but could you imagine being at an Arson City show and like watching the show in a hot tub, like on the
dude.
stage? That should be like new
The
VIP
next thing,
experience.
yep.
Citizens
Man,
Ball
we can
2025.
get one of those blow up-
Yeah, inflatable. Well,
Those
yeah,
things
for
are
sure.
fucking awesome. Have you ever been in one?
No,
They work.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
for real, and
Yeah.
they are sturdy.
I'm not a
Are you
peasant.
talking about the one you get at Walmart
Yeah,
for
they're
25
like
bucks?
300 to 400 bucks.
Oh, that one? Yeah.
I might go to Walmart after
They
this.
really
Bro.
work.
Damn.
And they're not. They are not made cheaply.
well,
Like,
you sold me.
You can't
Well,
pop 'em.
dude, if they do this in like 20 years and it's still going on, they could call it the Hot Tub Time Machine show.
Yeah.
And then we'll all get those and take them and watch the show in those.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
When we're all old and everybody's
Everybody's old.
Be good on the
already.
knees, right?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah. I was going to ask,
enjoy-
man, so since you're doing all the producing and everything, you know, usually when you go out to another studio, the producer there always has their input and everything. Is it a lot more like, I don't know the word, freeing, I guess, whatever, to have all of the control over all that and just being like, this is what we want to do and this is how it's going to be?
It is because like sometimes when you go to another person's studio, like I mean, you kind of you put your not your trust into them, but you just expect them to do it and understand like how you want the songs to feel like, and it's very difficult for some other producer to capture the whole essence of a band just by hearing some tracks. You know, they'll produce it one way, and like if I'm not there every moment of the day, like it's not gonna sound how exactly I want it.
And it may sound good, but it's just not the way
not
we
your
have
vision,
the vision.
right?
yeah,
Right.
one person's opinion of an awesome guitar tone is not the same as somebody else's. You know, it's just completely different. So it's
It's not like you're hanging out with these people for a decade and you know their personality and they know yours and how you think and how you act. And I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, you can't mimic chemistry and you can't mimic compatibility, really.
yeah, I literally know exactly what tone and how this. I know what Danker wants his snare drum to sound like. I know what he wants his kick drum to
Right.
sound like. I know how he wants his bass to sound like. And then I tell Matt what his guitar is going to sound like. So it's trash on Matt Day. Not really, but and I know what he wants too. So for the most part, so it just makes it so much easier. Is if I just learn how to do the technical shit, have at it. So much easier, and I can do it
Right.
in my house whenever I want. So.
Yeah, I always thought about that, man. Like, because when you go to a producer and they like, oh, here's the mix and masters, and then you're like, no, that ain't right. I mean, is it like, all right, well, you owe me more money now to redo all this? Do you know what I'm saying?
Time
Like,
is money. Yeah.
Some guys are like
depends
that, right?
on depends on
He never really went into detail about this. Him talking to these other producers. So like, I don't know what the name of this cat is, but Mark found this well-known.
Well,
producer.
there's a couple other guys too.
Well, he had messaged some people the song, and this guy took the time to read his email in depth. All these things about this song, and the dude sent back a video saying, "Dude, I listened to this song," and it was like a 12-minute video back of pointers and like, this is what I love about it. This is what I think I'm hearing. Blah blah blah. It's crazy.
So
It's
when you watch
awesome.
that video, though, were you like, yeah, I agree with you there, but I disagree with you on this completely? On
You
certain
know what?
parts?
I never disagreed with anything he said because
Yeah.
it was just stuff that I didn't, that I forgot. You got to give yourself, time to rest when you're doing this. Like
Yeah.
you can't burn out your ears because I have a tendency to do that because I have limited time. So I have to just keep going, I think. But I need to take more breaks because this mix that I sent him was so harsh comparatively. Like it sounded awesome to us. But like then when you put it right up against a different reference, like a Bad Omen song or something else which is a mix that I really like, it was so high end and harsh, So you don't realize these things, and it's everything you think it's sounding so great, but It really
Yeah,
sounds
you
like
got to
shit.
step
So-
back, come back in a day after
Yeah.
you've rested, and then be like, oh, all right, now I hear that.
Going out and doing the car
Those were-
test, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's when I did hip hop, dude. I remember I do it. I go drive around the car and be like, nope, it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is that the guy was talking about the programs that he's been learning and using, and so when the whole time he's hearing this video and we're watching it, he's like, "Oh yeah." And even me, that doesn't really do anything with production, I still understood what the guy was saying, and it's like it's easy to know when you hear it coming from a professional.
Right. We're kind of getting off top Arson City, but there's something that a lot of people that I know that either produce, I think it's called Master the Mix. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I know Bill Murray came out with one recently or something.
That's Nail the Mix.
Nail the Mix.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
I was gonna sign up for that, but I don't think I need to do that.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a subscription thing, and it's
Oh,
it's,
is it? I
it's
don't know
not
much
super
about
expensive, but it's a great thing, you know. But I've kind of already done a lot of learned a lot of the
Right.
things that they've been teaching because I've watched some of the videos and stuff like that. So
Some of the local bands listening to this are like, so we can just reach out to like Mark and have him do this for us.
Yeah, right.
one of these days,
One of these days, like I told him recently, I was like, this might be something you're gonna be doing for years.
It's kind of, I mean, honestly, it's kind of the same thing with the podcast. These people like reach out and like, how do you do it? And I'm just like, I mean, fucking like 3,000 hours of research.
Yeah.
dude. And I mean, like, it's not like you just, it's what it is, man. It's same thing with what you're doing. It's probably way more
You
research,
also have
dude.
to have the talent to do it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got to
like,
know you have to have the ear, dude, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We tried to do that podcast, and that was very difficult. We couldn't even start it. We were just like, "Ooh, what do we say?" You know?
It's just like he's not gonna go and like learn how to produce a song in 2 days.
No. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. When people like reach out and they're like, hey, show me what to do. And it's like, there's a dollar amount right here, and then I'll just do
Yeah.
it for you, man. That's what it is.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, for real.
For all the knowledge you've gotten. But back to the Bulls. Well, let's
Well,
talk about the
and there's
Bulls.
a lot of we were talking about, you know, me doing stuff. There's a lot of like singular guys out there just putting their own studios together. There's a guy named Anu. I think it's Ratsburg, I think his name is. He's got awesome stuff coming out of his studio, I heard. And then you know, just a bunch of, you know, locals that are just kind of figuring it out. And that's the way to go if you can do it. But it
Dude,
takes a lot of
it's
time.
nuts what you can just do with like a Focus right now. Like,
Yep.
it's nuts. I mean, it's not going to be a big production, but I mean, you can literally just start with that and then just start going down a rabbit hole and starting to figure out what you want to do, man. So,
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it sometimes just comes down to trial and error and, you know, taking those L's and being like, that's not good, that's not right, but being so adamant in the right sound, because once you get that right sound and then you can perform that on stage and people can connect the pieces together,
Exactly.
like what they hear on the radio and then they see it live, you know, it has to match.
Absolutely, and that's been one of our problems with our previous recordings. Like, they all sound okay, pretty good, you
They're
know,
good.
pretty
No,
damn
they're good, but, yeah.
it's like it doesn't necessarily. That's one of the big comments from like our supporters and friends. They're like, it just doesn't sound like you though. Like, and I agree with that, you know. So that's the focus. That's the goal of these next recordings. So
he brought up Bad Omens. I would be super interested to watch somebody mix that, dude.
They mix
and
their
just
own
see
stuff.
how. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Noah
they
does.
turn the
doesn't he?
sub up. That's
They-
for sure.
They do everything.
I
they
uses
do.
a lot of splice. I know that. I don't
Yeah.
know. He uses a ton of splice samples, but yeah, dude, that's one
But
of my
they're,
tops.
I think they're also one of those bands too that like their live show is so fucking ridiculously good.
There's a lot
It's
of
hard
backing
to
tracks
mimic.
there,
It's
though.
hard
Yeah.
to mimic that on an album. I mean, like the feel of that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them, and there's, like
It's
I said,
hard.
it's tons of backing tracks. That would be nuts,
yeah,
dude,
it's
to
a
be involved in. Oh my god, but
Who are you guys inspired by like these days? Who are you listening to? What do you like? What's the vibe? What shows have you hit?
All I listen to is like Bring Me the Horizon anymore, to be honest. Like, their newest album is fantastic.
So good,
we don't
dude.
sound anything like those guys though. I mean, but I like to take elements from that, what they do.
Yeah, because I
And-
bet as musicians you hear pieces, they're like, oh, I might try this, or
Yeah.
like, hey, that's really cool. I like how they set that up, or how
Yep.
they did this.
Or it's not even what they sound like. It's like what they're doing and how they're doing it. That's a big deal too. Like Falling in Reverse and I would say Bring Me to the Horizon. That album, I don't think it doesn't. To me, it's not Bring Me to the Horizon, but it's fucking awesome.
right.
Yeah, no, I get stuck on a band for like 10 years. Like, I'm still listening to like Nothing More from 10 years, from a decade ago. Like, I don't even listen to much of their newer stuff. I just get stuck in something and I'll listen to that for years and years and years and years. And it was like, it was Corn for me when I was a kid, you know, younger, and just, I'm like, nothing else. Everything else sucks, but it doesn't. But yeah, I just get, you know, just
I've
go
been
down that
pretty
hole.
Stuck on Wage War.
Dude, I fucking love Wage
Man,
War.
they are unbelievable. That Cody is like an amazing writer. Like all of their songs are fantastic.
I would say I listen to that Johnny Cash, both versions, acoustic and the heavy one, at least once a week, dude.
They're so good.
I love them.
Are you guys gonna scare anybody and maybe drop like a country rock type song?
I mean, that could happen someday.
That could
I mean, right now on on my radio station, it's the Wolf. I mean, it's country. I mean, I listen to old country, '90s country. So I mean, it's definitely in my blood. You know, it could come out there someday. But I mean,
go ahead. Sorry.
No. I mean, we've done acoustics here and there. Where I'll throw in some Garth Brooks. But nothing yet. Right?
Well, and bringing it back to this recording our stuff ourselves thing, that's kind of the goal. We want to have complete freedom to where we don't have to pay to go take a shot on doing a song like that. You know, like, let's just do it.
Work it out, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would be sweet.
Again, like he said, there have been just times where they've just, him and DeBase have just busted out a Garth Brooks song and it fucking sounds awesome.
I bet you could put a country mix on Two Boots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
I mean, just
two cowboy boots. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's got kind of it's got a feeling it could work. Yeah, man, just got to do it. Yeah.
We talked about doing that really dark, grungy type country. Where it's just like chains. During the snare drums and like big like southern shit. But anyway,
Like Django.
Yeah, dude.
exactly. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I almost was like, when they released that new Crow movie, I was like, man, I wish Arson could have got on this fucking
I do
soundtrack
too.
somehow, dude. That would have been. As soon as I saw the preview, first thing I thought about was you guys.
Was that soundtrack any good? I
don't know. I fell asleep during the movie, honestly.
Okay.
Bro. I bought it on fucking iTunes, and then it started, and all I could see was Pennywise. Like, that's all, every facial expression he made, everything. I was just like, I'm going to
that
sleep.
just ruined it for me,
Yeah, dude. It was one of those like.
Skarsgård.
They made it like with like real demons and shit. Like it was like, all right, dude, I'm out. Like you got to take it away. Skarsgård's a dope actor, but
Yeah.
they
that whole
probably
family
shouldn't have
is.
fucked with the Crow, man.
Nah, I agree. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of movies they shouldn't fuck with. Like, but anyway.
You should come out as the Crow at one of these Arson shows.
They would think I'm Sting, but yeah.
Yeah, that's our fan base is more.
That's true.
I'll come out with my black trench coat from the rafters.
You gonna wrestle?
It's Sting.
your kid would be like, Dad?
Yeah. Your kid's like, I know it.
You're a wrestler this whole
No,
time?
I'm all about it though. I'm all about it. Yeah, put a little bit of makeup on. That's what we do. So yeah,
Makeup time.
makeup time.
Yeah.
You guys do run through a lot of makeup, though.
And yes,
Especially Danker.
especially he goes through the most.
The gouges.
What
Yeah.
is the stuff? What's the black stuff that you got? What is that stuff
It's just
called?
like a cream blend makeup. It's kind of expensive for
Where
what
do you
it
get
is.
that
but- Yeah, Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Amazon.
I was
or
like, are you
Bengals.
Ulta subscribers?
No.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Dude, why would we have never thought of that? We should have at some point jumped on the bandwagon and got like a sponsorship.
We tried a long time ago.
Did we?
Yeah, but I don't think.
And then
I don't think it worked
how
out.
hard is it to get all that off?
Not that bad. Coconut oil.
Yeah.
It works really well.
Baby
It's
oil.
it was worse when I was trying to be sexy. I was doing shows without a shirt. I'd have my whole body painted up. Oliver would always do my back for me, thank you, because I couldn't reach. And
what
but
the
yeah,
base
so
one
I mean, I
does.
had to get one of those back loofahs just so I scrub that shit off. But
There are spots that it stays for days, like right here.
you'll just find it. Yeah,
God, dude.
in the creases. Right
4
here.
days later, you still got it.
You ever
when you
fallen
go
off
back
that
to work-
fucking podium?
Probably.
No, you get up on that bitch and get nuts, dude. Every time I watch you, I'm just like, man, I hope he doesn't
The
fucking
old
fall.
podium was much more dangerous than the new one.
It is, but yeah, I kind of got like that. I don't know, like that drunken kung fu going on. Like,
Yeah.
I just expect to sway and fall, and if I fall, I just kind of roll with it. And I think it's funny, and I'll smile about it every time because you look at the crowd like, oh, you fucking fell. I'm like, yes, I fucking did. And I mean, it's just part of it, man. It's fucking rock and roll.
I'm always nervous of that, like when you're swinging your head and going like this, that you're gonna hit your head on the podium and knock yourself out.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that you were worried about me. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you very much. But no, yeah, I absolutely. I mean, it's
You guys
shit's
have
bound to
known each
happen.
other since
Shit's
you were babies, huh?
pretty much. Yeah. Years and years and
Years,
years.
years. I remember when Pat came in the studio once and he was in a dress.
Oh god.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it was a Halloween thing.
It was.
It was right around Halloween. And I remember
Was that with us?
it
No,
was.
we were in the wreckage, but you guys went to the same.
Might have been AC.
Yeah, it was AC.
I think it was our.
It was.
sister.
Yeah,
AC.
it was
I
AC.
think
It
it
had to
was.
have
It
been
was
AC.
like the
It was
first
like-
year
I
or
think
so
you were
of
fucking with
AC.
Sophia or something too. Like,
That was back in the day when I would always send Sophia pictures of my feet covered in blood, just randomly. I just send her pictures of my feet. She'd be like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And then I get in my shower and I pour fake blood over my feet, take a picture, and send it to her for no fucking reason.
Got any shows coming up? Quick.
Well, there was this one profile pic I had years ago where my shoes were off, and she's like, "That motherfucker's got some weird ass feet." I'm like, "Oh, you think they're weird? Well, you gonna get at these feet? You gotta get these feet every week."
See,
anyway.
you're the reason. Okay, now I can figure it out. Pat
Why?
stressed Sophia out, and she took it out on me.
Oh God! I'm sending that clip to Sophia, and I'm gonna say it's Spicoli said he figured it out.
Figured it
I
out.
guarantee you, if she heard that, she'd be like, "Yeah, that was part of it."
Motherfucker.
Dude, it's hilarious. Before we started this, before you guys showed up, we were talking outside, and we were talking about like when Emphatic was playing Roxbury and stuff. And I remember back then, I was at the Rock watching you guys, and I just catch fire and shit, dude. And he was like, "Yeah, we were kind of competition."
We didn't like those.
And
guys.
I was like,
we didn't like those guys.
Really? Like, I never would have thought that. It was
The
just completely-
Roxbury was cool.
I thought we were cool.
We were, but we knew that we
Then
like.
they started making these T-shirts and shit.
Yeah,
about it.
I was telling about that.
on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. They had pink shirts, and I had the limited run of shirts that said "Pink shirts are for pussies" because it was just a dig at them,
Yeah, and then we turned around and played with you guys, and I think I bought one of your shirts.
You probably wore it.
Josh wore one of them shirts, the pink shirts.
Exactly,
Then
you
we
know.
wore our pink shirts on the rest of us.
Yeah.
That's good
What
shit.
we were saying though, sometimes it's good to have rivals because it brings out like the best
Absolutely.
creativity out of each other.
Yeah,
And everybody generally we all want to support each other.
Right.
yeah. I mean, I know for a fact. I mean, when I was first doing Emphatic, everyone around town, Vernaculous, they were the gold standard for whatever in this town, and you just were like, fuck them. And they're all our friends, but you're like, I'm gonna be better than them. I'm gonna fuck, So it's good to have something there to strive to be,
It's just like anything, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you and Phil collaborated on a few things, Phil's come out, you've come out with Phil.
Yeah,
You've,
it's pretty much all but in Arson City. Phil's come out with Arson City a few times. We tried to get him out last Thanksgiving, but he's since then he's moved down to Florida, and I was hoping like he'd be in town for family. He's like, nah, I'm still in Florida. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah,
we begged that dude to play our 1 year bash. Like, we begged. Like, everybody of Vernaculous was on board. And they were like, if you can get Phil to say yes, that's what Jason said and Jay did. And I was like, all right, dude, I'll get him. I was like, Phil, I'll pay for the plane ticket. I got you, man. Come out. And he's like, nah, man, I think I'm done.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done, dude.
yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes,
he's living
yeah.
his best life.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried everything, man. But I mean, with Arson, dude, yeah, I mean, there's not another band like you guys in the
Right.
region, dude.
Yeah,
Vocal-wise, music-wise, everything.
We've been excited watching you guys and rooting you, and I've known you guys forever, and like to see how far you've come in such a. I feel like I don't know. I don't feel like it's a long time, but a short period of time, and like what you've done and watched that fan base grow, and just taking chances and doing some really kick-ass music and putting on great live shows. Like I always respect that, and I know how hard it is and the hustle that you put into it because you guys all have families, and you know how hard it is to be able to be in a band and have the families and. The commitment that you guys have put into Arson City to really grow it is really something special.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks, man.
Yeah.
We are stoked. October 11th, October 12th.
Yep.
Waiting room.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, both nights.
Oh, and I have some Detroit Lions shoes on. I just thought I'd mention that to everyone. It's my first time wearing these.
Look at that. They
those are dope.
Yeah,
Look
my
at
first
that.
time
They've
wearing
got the
these.
lion on 'em.
So yeah.
Did you specially order those or what?
I think like they've made every single team, at least the teams that wear Nike apparel. Yeah, so
They all wear Nike apparel.
yeah, they.
And I'm
NFL.
getting some Mizzou Tiger ones.
Oh, you are?
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I gotta get some Husker.
with my Lions
Speaking of
sweatpants
that, October
right here
11th
too.
and 12th, Husker bye week.
Hey,
That's
Yeah.
why it happened.
As soon as that
man.
schedule's released, I make that phone call.
Yeah,
we base it off of that.
I remember boxing you last year and said, "Hey man, I put in for work, put in for time off for my annual leave next year, October this weekend, bye week."
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Hell yeah. So it's Arson City and weddings. That's what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And like the best weekend of college football. It's like a ton of good games that day, but whatever.
But
Have we
whatever.
talked about who's playing night 2 and
No, we didn't. But
no.
Night 2, who can we expect?
Hooligan Gentleman and Public Figure. We haven't played with Public Figure yet. We're really excited
Yeah,
to do that.
what
Those
I've
guys-
seen and heard from them,
Yeah.
they're really good.
We've had
Yep.
2 shows with them on it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, they pull. They usually pull a pretty decent crowd. They put on a good show. So
Fabulous.
yeah, we're pretty good friends with those
we
dudes.
try to find somebody new every year to like include in on it. I mean,
There's
obviously,
two this year.
yeah, there's 2 this year. I'm just saying like it's something we try to do to keep
2 new ones
the
this
wheels.
year. Tale Untold in public.
Yep.
You guys never played with Tail before?
No, that's what's odd.
And
It is
Ashley,
kinda odd.
and Ashley, their drummer,
Yeah.
she was one of our original. Like we have our alternate percussionists in our band called the Horror Squad, just horror, the Horror Squad. But yeah, she was one of our original percussionists, and so it's like it's been a while since. I mean, God, it's been almost a decade since she
it has been.
since
It has been a decade
she was a
since
part
it
of it. So it'd be cool to be, have her back up
But
there
she's
with us.
she's not playing that show.
Oh,
she's
she
out of
won't-
town.
she is
so,
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, she was
Ashley's
20 years
dope,
old
dude.
up there banging on the drums.
Banging
with
on them
us.
cans.
Yeah, she's badass.
Yeah,
dude.
she's
I
good
like
friends
her a
with the
lot.
public guys too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeff is actually he's gonna fill in for her from
Okay.
public figure.
Okay.
So yeah.
John,
my bad.
Vice is playing for Tell Untold.
Huh?
He didn't tell me that.
Yeah, he's just
he is?
gonna fill in. He just told me like a day ago.
Okay.
So
well,
John, my bad. Sorry,
make
buddy.
sure that's allowed to be released. I guess. I don't know. I'm sure it
sure
is.
it's fine.
Too late.
You know what? It's coming out.
Too late. This is live.
It's just just the one.
It was
day.
on the first Arson podcast that I learned that we don't say things off air. And now it's been a
do
running
it.
joke since that day. I don't know if you guys
Saying
remember
anything
that.
off the air. It's on air only.
Well, it's been a running joke ever since we did your first podcast.
Yeah.
Like major artists will come on. Like I think it was Pop Evil. And he's like, we'll talk about it off air, and I was like, oh fuck, here goes Spicoli. He's gonna lose his shit.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Don't be talking
Yeah, I
about
wouldn't like that
anything
either.
off air.
Yeah, why bring it up or why?
Yeah,
Yeah, why am I talking about it?
because that it like cheats the listeners, because
Yeah,
they're listening.
you don't
and-
say that there's something that's missing.
Yeah.
They're like, well, fuck you.
Then what have
why
I been
would I
listening for an hour for then?
I want the good
assholes.
stuff on the air, not off the air.
Yep.
No, yeah. Well, I can tell you, I'll for sure be out at both nights. Nicole for sure will be at
Yes,
probably
I
one
will-
night,
I
maybe
will-
two.
For
Maybe
sure,
one.
probably
at
be
least-
at one of
well,
them.
At least one or two. It's a surprise. But I love how you're giving year after year. You always give local bands opportunities that are on the rise, and I mean, talk about like these guys being having a great opportunity to open up and really set the standard. And when you guys peek out there and you see them doing it, like I know you guys get a little bit motivated. Like,
Oh yeah,
they're coming hard.
Well, and we don't want to, we hand select these bands. Like to be honest, like we want the show to be great for everybody,
Right.
And we want it to be semi-eclectic. Like a group of bands. They don't have to be exactly the same. But as long as they're gonna. We know they're going to kick ass, and we know they're capable of controlling the crowd, and being great. We'll put them on. But some bands don't think we do that. But
Oh god, that's part. That's part of the music
that's an
scene.
inside thing that I'm going to tell you
People-
guys
Don't
all
be
about.
telling
Yeah,
me
we'll tell you guys about that shit off the air.
I'll tell you what, if you go down the Facebook rabbit hole far enough, you'll see
It's
it.
not that far away.
Because I went to the
Yeah.
Oh, you
FBI
probably
detective
saw
mode.
that.
I saw it.
It's not really a big
Same fucking show, same fucking bands
I
every
saw it,
fucking year.
You didn't see it?
I didn't say
Also,
We're good with those guys.
This is
though,
nothing
so-
off air. You
I'm
go
not.
on Facebook. If you look hard enough, you'll find it.
Yeah, it's easy to find.
It is fucking
All right,
hilarious.
well, now I got to go down the fucking rabbit hole.
Props to you the way you handled that, by the way. Props to you the way you handled
Sorry
that.
about
That was very
This is
professional.
probably a race before that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're good. We're good. It was the Endless Night, right? I forgot. God damn it! I
What are we
can't think of their
talking
name
about?
for some reason.
We're talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about something.
What are we talking about?
No,
The
you weren't
Endless
listening
Night?
the last 5 seconds.
What's
or
the
20
endless night?
seconds? The just whatever. Whatever.
mind.
Cut that.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah.
Now David has to edit. Fuck.
No, I don't.
No, you're not leaving it.
We're just gonna leave that in and make people
They
start
know who- they know
Googling
who
shit.
we're
Being like,
talking
it must
about.
not be that
We're
big of a
good.
deal. There's gonna be one person like, it is that big of a fucking deal. We gotta find it. Hell yeah. No, I mean, we appreciate you guys coming through. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys, man. We can't wait to see you guys do this again. So
Yes, thank you
Awesome.
very much. It was a pleasure to be here.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys.
All the way. We're gonna fly out and run it wild.
Until the midnight hour. All the way, all the way.